Welcome U2 customer. This video try to explain what is U2 UOLOGIN security subroutine, why we need this UOLOGIN security subroutine, how to use it. For UniData Universe server, we already have UniRPC services file in the UniRPC folder. Inside this file, you can define which client machine can connect to your server. For example, by default, you will see the star. That means allow all the client machine connect to your server. But for some reason, for example, like a web server, you might be outside your firewalls. Then you want to configure only the web server can connect to your machine. But web server is outside the firewalls, so you can specify this host name in the particular field. So for example, I will demo using UVCS_web to define additional web service for UO connection. But it's not enough for most of the system. You might want to extend more secure or other reason you want to set the environment on your system. So we introduce another UOLOGIN security subroutine. It's optional, so if you do not say anything, your system still working fine. But for some reason, you can set in additional inside the UOLOGIN security subroutine. I will explain on the next demo. So first, I'd like to show you in my UniRPC services file. So for example, for UVCS, that's by default is by installation. You will see the stop sign. That means every client machine can connect to this server. Then I create another one called UVCS_web, but I only allow particular client machine called DN_VN_PC01 machine can connect to this server. I will show you what happened. So here is another client machine, not DN-VN-PC01 machine. Then when you try to make a connection to your server, so you will see because I connect to UVCS, it's working fine. If I connect to UVCS_web, then you will see the error because we define here only DN_VN_PC01 client machine can connect to your server. So I will show you on this particular machine is connect to UVCS is DN_VN-PC01 machine. So you connect to this one, and this one you can connect to your server without any error. So we'll see the next demo. For next demo, we talking about UOLOGIN subroutine. So inside this, by default, you don't have any UOLOGIN security subroutine on your system, but you still can connect to your server. But if you turn on the log file, you will see additional error inside the server log file. So on this machine, we don't have a UOLOGIN security subroutine on this machine. So when you make a connection, and you will see additional error on this machine, you don't see any UOLOGIN security subroutine on this machine. So sometimes inside the error log, you will see load subroutine error because you don't have security subroutine catalog in this server machine. But if you continue to see the connect, login successful, and run the command, everything is working fine because UOLOGIN security subroutine is optional. For Universe, this subroutine must be catalog global. For UniData, you can catalog and local or global. So sometimes I don't want to see this error. How you set the UOLOGIN security subroutine. UV132, that's the Universe. Inside the BP folder, I create one program called UOLOGIN. So for the UOLOGIN, basically you have two parameters. One is called to return value, another is called application name, or you can call the token, whatever name is the second parameter. So if I want to set every client can connect, basically if you set RTN value equal 1, then every client machine can connect to your server. If you set to 0, then no UO connection can connect to your U2 server. So if you set this way, then we can make a connection to see I still can reset to UVCS. So I can make a connection. So if you check the log file, disconnect. So log file will be UOLOGIN, see UVCS. So if you see the last one, should be this one. SLT VCS. So that's the last one. See the arrow. So you still see the low error because I created this program, but I didn't catalog to your server. So we go back to Universe. So you can compile it. So I compile it, catalog. So you catalog to your server. So next time you make a connection. So it's connected and disconnect. So we can see additional log file were created. So that's the new one. We just create the last one. And we check this time the call login is not low error, but you will see the argument 0, 1. That means parameter is set to 1. So return is no load error inside the server log. The next demo will show you another possibility to set the your login security subroutine. So Next demo is show you can put some special token or application name inside your application. So for this demo, I set up this application name will be Rocket. So your application must be put the Rocket information inside the username so you can make a connection. Otherwise, you will return 0. Return 0 means you cannot make a connection successful. So come back to catalog again. So we compile it, then catalog, update it. When you already have new UOLOGIN security subroutine setting up for token. So without the token, when you try to make a connection, you will see this error. You don't know what's going on. It's really username, password incorrect, or is related to UOLOGIN security subroutine. So you can go back to check the server log. So for the server log, you can check this one created. So inside the server log, you just need to check in the UOLOGIN. So here's the UOLOGIN call. Then you see the argument 0 equals 0, mean it's not allowed it. Then it will return the error as A0011. So if you put the security token inside the username, for right now just demo, so I put the easy way, put the Rocket, common, and root. By real application, Rocket, the token name is embedded your application. So users still using the regular username and password. So if you this time I make a connection successful, then we can go back to check the connection. So you will see the last log file. So this time, if you still checking the UOLOGIN subroutine, so here's the UOLOGIN. Then you will see the login, the argument 0 is 1. So this time is bypassed. Return value is equal 1. So you can make a connection successful. So I can remove all the log file. So I can go back to test another situation. So first, I want to log in every client machine connect to your server. I can create the LOGDATA file on your system. Then I using system function 51 to get the host, the client machine name and IP address, and I log the data. Sometimes I want to change the umask, so you also can using this function to change the system umask just for UO connection. Or you might be want to set up additional environment variable, but not every environment variable you can set from here. For example, for UniData home, UniData bin, you cannot change it. So you just need to understand it depends what kind of situation. And also you need to put last one, make sure you put the return value equal 1, so allow you to make a connection. So go back to this account, and I already create a called LOGDATA. So LOGDATA basically it's the I will using system function 51. Then the field 1 is host, is the client name client host name and IP address. So right now it's no data here. It's nothing here. So I need to compile the new program and just catalog. So every time for this UOLOGIN, I do three things. One is write the log data to the log data file. The second, I change the umask. Third thing, I change the set up the environment variable. So for example, you can check this machine right now is 022, but I want to change to 002 or something other umask setting, and also I can, so it's nothing there, my variable. So after we can go back to check. Login. So I want to new variable mytoken. So on the original system setup, new variable is nothing. Okay, so we can make a connection from any client. So you will see the difference. So I can connect to another setting. For example, this one, I can make a connection. So after I make a connection, if you check the log data, so you see this machine name, client machine name, and the IP address and the timestamp when they connect to your machine, so you can tracking it. Also, inside this connection, you also can check some additional variable. So inside this UOLOGIN, I will already change to umask to 02, and also you can see the variable change. So I can set up the additional environment variable like a mytoken, like I said, some other important variable setting. So that's the end of demo. So hopefully you can enjoy this video and learn about more this UOLOGIN feature for your application.